I'm just going to show a bit more about what I was talking about with the improving the detail on these figures. It's mostly on the backs of them, because these are single part miniatures. You see that it looks alright with the detail there. I'll just zoom into it. Yeah, it looks alright head on, and as you turn it you can see quite clearly that the detail just merges into the rest of the body where the plastic hasn't been able to go into the recesses and make it more three-dimensional, as you do with separate bits stuck on. So those are the main two I'm concerned about. Is that the third guy, he's the only other different pose. His looks alright. Does have a water bottle there, which I don't think looked too bad really, so I might not bother too much with him. So the basic idea was to get some extra bits of detail, maybe some extra grenades, or anything else I can find, and sort of cover up those areas. And what I'll be starting off with, first of all, is the bases. As you can see, I've got slot bases, and I wanted to make them fit my own sort of rubble and that kind of thing. City-based kind of combat guys, and I'll be taking off their bases and doing something different with them. I'll keep the tabs. I'll use those. I'll stick them back in just to cover the hole, so they've got something to stand on, or allow me to glue extra bits of detail on there, and then stick these guys on top. Right, so I'll start off with that, and then I'll come back, see how we get on. Okay, bye. Okay, right. This is what I got up to so far. Well, I've just been working on the bases, and I've decided I'm going to use some of these ideas in my other models, maybe some of the capture ones. So what I basically got is kind of a tiled bit of flooring. It's all broken up, and I'll show the first ones I've done here, and I'll get onto what I've done to the models themselves in a second. Let's zoom in. Wait. You can see that here. These ones I started off scratching scoring the squares in, just using what's the name? Needle file, just carving it in there and creating the detail like that. Just carving it in. That's why I started doing that first. Trying to see on this one here as well. Just see that there, just a little bit of extra detail. Then I moved on afterwards to doing this sort of thing. You know what? Focusy focus. There we are. Yep. Well, just cut out the sections of tiles just from a strip of plasticard and done that instead. Yeah, as I've gone along, you can see this is my hand. Yeah, this is what I've done just recently. I've laid them on there, and then afterwards, as I've done with this one here, this guy, where the tiles were sticking out, I just clipped them off with just normal pair of clippers, just to sort of round them off. And in some cases, I've left them out, and I sort of cut into them, cut little chips out of them. This one I have to finish. Yeah. So you can see it a bit. A little bit hard to see, but just to sort of give them some wear and tear. I'm thinking of sort of drilling in a kind of a crater in there, so it'll be more cut up, more sort of shattered and that. I've scored some little lines on there, and so I'm thinking for more of the characters style, characters and that. I'll probably use more of that kind of ideas for them. But I thought it's a good little way to practice on these figures to see how it comes out. Okay, zoom out. Okay, now the figures themselves, as you can see, I started off cutting them away from their bases because it's all one piece, of course, and I've tried to give them a different pose so they're all standing on different things. And just makes them look a bit more different than just standing on the ground and flat-footed. I've used this stuff. Where is it gonna? See that plastic world. This stuff's brilliant for using for gluing very small areas because it's just a liquid stuff. So you need a brush to apply it. It could be a skin irritant as well if you've got sensitive skin. And it's very useful for this kind of thing where you've got very small areas of joints like these little toes and that, and it's good for gluing those on there and making a very strong bond. Okay, so my battery's flashing, so I'll just get the battery up and I'll show what I've done next. Okay. I thought I'd just show what I meant when I was talking about clipping the edges off of these. As you can see, they're sort of sticking out, and because I don't want them to get broken off later on, I'll just clip the corners off there. Yeah, snip them off a bit. And you can use the little clipped off bits. There's extra little bit of debris on there, on the bases. I'll just try and keep hold of these little bits afterwards. That's the other one. Just clip it off. Snip. Nice and easy. Where the bits go. And you can cut into these as well with a knife. And I'll cut little around the edges of the squares. I'll cut little chips into them. So, okay, right. I'll switch to my little booth thing and give a proper look at what I've done to it so far. Okay. So I zoom in. And so the first thing I started doing was, before I got to the scratches, was to sort out this area with the, what's the name? The flask and that on here. Because before it was just basically completely flat, so I've sort of filed in around here. See if there's another one. Yep. Just that one. Yeah. Yeah, just filed it in to make it to get rid of that whole single piece miniature thing where the mould just makes the detail go straight down. Yeah, I've basically carved it in with a needle file just to give it a bit more of a profile. Yeah, and I'll be adding some detail to these. So, but first of all, I just want to deal with the actual basic plastic parts themselves. So you can see I've added lots of scratches and dents and nicks on their armour, places where they'll be sliding around or getting hit by shrapnel, pieces pinging off of them. So they've all got little scratches on their backs of their helmets or on their, on their chest plates and back plates and things. Let's have a look at another one. Yeah, basically just cutting in at one angle and then the other angle, and then that takes that little slither. I thought of, just to make them a bit more special as well, from either just to match the other models I'll be doing, I might add a little bit of a plasticard rod aerial on the side, just a little plastic bit. I was going to actually stick on the back of their heads, but I think they'll end up looking like a bit like Teletubbies with a little aerial stick on the back of their heads there. So I think just a little bit at the side, which kind of shows they've more, they're more, what's the name, in communication with the other troops or the Voxcaster, and we're able to receive their orders. I see now some of these I've cut the aquillas off of them just to represent. See now which one's got it. A bit of damage. See now, get my hands out of the ring way. Okay, see if I can get that. Just see there. I've done this on some of the other ones, the ones I've shown in the command squad, some of the ones that I began doing. Just cut that away there, just to make it seem like it's come off during battle. There's another one. Yeah, basically the same thing. Well, just there's another one. This geezer. Yeah, just in there. And I've to make it look like it was something was there. You can just see it. I've just used the point of the knife just to make two little indentations. See where it's show where it was clipped into the chest piece. So you can see I've done some various little nicks on the armour there. This guy, because the odd one out of the poses, I kind of gave him a bit more scratches on his helmet and such like. His shoulder pad. That was actually the first one I started doing, then I started adding the rest of the other ones. Yeah, so on some of them I've given kind of kill markings. I have to zoom back in again. On their lad's guns there, he's got 5. He's got 3. I suppose you should have more maybe, but maybe it's a new gun. Because I lost the Aquila on that one. And that one I shaved the Aquila off. So what? The wings are off. If you can see it. Come on, focus. No, yeah. There we are. Yes. Let's see. I just got a little skull left on there. But 2 little holes where the wings were attached. And I started doing a little bit of scratches and nicks around the casing, where the magazine clips into it. I imagine there will be some dents and things going on. Magazine's been replaced. I mean, you could do all this, of course, just by painting on the stuff instead. But I kind of like messing about with them and cutting into them and reshaping things and all that kind of stuff. So I ended up doing all these bases really. I mean, I just started off using the, as I said before, just with a needle file. Where's the one I like to use? This one. I was lucky with this one because it's actually a bit bent at the tips. So this end, it's actually got a little bit of a sharp prong in there, so I can use that. Helps to scratch away lines, panel lines, that kind of stuff, and get into the bits of detail. So I was using that kind of thing to get into it. It's going to take too bloody long doing all little tiles like that. So I thought I started just cut them off and stick them on like this. So I'll go into them and I'll cut away at the corners, excuse me, and add a bit more detail. And as I was saying, I'll probably use a larger drill bit just to drill into it and create bits of crater and bit more damage going on, and then the rest will just be filled up with sand and rubbly bits. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing will be adding details. I might use some of that jerry can set I used on the bits on my Sentinel. Areas like here I can fit in pouches and things that came with it, and grenades. I've got a few more extra grenades, so like on this guy. You can see that detail is just merges into it. There, you can just see it's just crap, really. I'll just stick another grenade in there and I'll cover that up. But the overall idea, as I was saying, was to make them more special and a bit more individual, I suppose is the word, than they ordinarily would be from that 5-man box that you get. Like you see the 2 front guys, one is a bit more upright and this guy's a bit more leaning forwards with his stance. So I always find that it's a bit odd how you'd actually just stand like that, one leg there and one leg there, but it doesn't matter too much. So some of these will be perhaps not all in the same squad exactly. They might be dotted around in other squads, or perhaps they could be loaders for various heavy weapons, or just odd men to fill in gaps or objective markers or something like that. But I was thinking I might actually build a few more of the ordinary multi-part models, and then get 5 more of them for the sergeant, and then see how they integrate and go together. Okay, so yes, the next thing you'll see is the extra bits I'll add, just to change them all. Hopefully you've got a good view of different poses that you can, well, how you can change it from all just being on the flat. Yeah. Oh yes, for some of these I've added extra little bits of rubble to support them. So in this guy's foot here, there's a little piece of rubble there, another grey piece of plastic for rubble there, which I carved up. And what's this geezer now? This one, just to get a bit more stability, I've added a few bits of plastic rubble which I cut up just to support his foot. Otherwise, it was be a bit too weak. This one was all right. It's more of a flatter sort of join. You have to be quite careful when you're cutting these feet away. It's actually going to be a bit of practice for my Space Hulk Terminators when I get round to them, because I don't like that weird kind of black lump of tar that they're all standing on. It's kind of weird what I do with Space Hulk. But anyway, okay, so next bit will be the bits and bobs I'll add to it and sand, and then after that get them painted. Well, start the other half of the squad with them and then get them painted. Okay, right. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Okay, bye bye.